Hello, my name's Luke, and in this video, we're gonna show you how to build this entire dock system, which includes a 4x8 ramp, a 4x12 walkway, which leads to our 8x20 main platform. We'll be building this in our shop on a flatbed trailer, launching it at the launch ramp here, and floating it over into place. But you could also build this on shore if you have room and slide it into the water. All right, we're here at the shop where we're gonna assemble our dock. Behind me is the full kit from Dock Shop with all the hardware and floats. Now, when you schedule your delivery, you need to make sure you're there to sign for it. And before you let the driver leave, look over the bill of lading and make sure that every box and float listed actually arrived with your shipment. This is much easier to deal with before the driver leaves than after. Now, your order will most likely ship via LTL carrier on a pallet like my build. However, some orders may ship via UPS or FedEx with fewer delivery requirements. With that out of the way, let's get started with the assembly process. Our first step will be to open up all the boxes that came with our kit and take inventory of all the hardware. Once we're finished with that, we'll go take a look at the lumber. Behind me is all the 2x6 treated lumber we'll need to assemble the main dock and the 2 walkway frames. I'm gonna start by cutting all the lumber for the 8-foot wide by 20-foot long section. Then we'll lay it out here and I'll show you how it goes together. When deciding the exact width and length of your dock, make sure you consider what deck boards you're gonna be using. Since the deck boards I'll be using are a composite that come at exactly 16 feet long, I'll cut them in half to 8 foot and they'll run across the 8-foot width of my dock. But that gives me 0 scrap. So I'm gonna actually build the dock 1.5 inches narrower than that so that I can cut a little bit off of those boards so they all have a clean edge. These 2 2x6s I cut to 1.5 inches short of 8 feet and they're gonna be at the 2 ends of the dock. Now I can mark out on them every 16 inches for my main joists that run the length of the dock. In my case, they're 20-foot 2x6s. So I'll mark these off with my square, and I'm gonna put a line to the left edge of where each should go, and then an X where they're supposed to go. This is typical if you're used to framing walls or building decks. Now that square line right there will help me line up the joist so that it's not tilted. For my 8-foot wide dock, I have 7 of these that are about 20 feet long. A little bit less because when I add the 2 end boards, that adds about another 3 inches. Now that I got all my lumber cut to the correct length, I'm ready to assemble it. Now in my case, because I have an 8-foot wide by 20-foot long dock, it's gonna be too big to assemble upside down and flip over, especially by myself. So I'm gonna assemble this frame on top of the floats. Then when it's all assembled, I can go underneath and bolt those floats up into the dock. Then I can install my decking and I'll be done. And I won't have to move it around at all after I get it assembled. Now, if this was a much smaller dock, you could assemble it upside down and it makes bolting the floats in a little bit easier. And then the whole thing could just be flipped over and put in the water afterwards. All right, so I'm gonna carry all the floats in here and lay them out where they go next. All right, now that we have everything laid out, we're ready to start assembling. Now, the easiest way to do this is to tack everything together with some nails or screws before we put the big brackets on. I'll be using this cordless framing nailer to pin everything together. However, those screws and nails aren't really structurally necessary at all. They're just there to hold things together until you get the brackets on. Now I can go down the line, make sure each joist is lined up, and nail it in. My design has 2 more 2x6s that come under just like so. These also have marks on them, so I know where to position these joists. And I'm gonna tack them in with screws since my nail gun won't fit underneath. When planning your joist layout, it's important to note that most decking options require support every 16 inches, including almost all composite materials that are very popular these days. Each float will need to be bolted up to the frame in 4 locations. And with our layout, since this joist doesn't line up with this outer section here, we'll be simply adding blocks to line up with the slot right here in the float, and we'll add a second one at the back here. And in your scenario, this might not be necessary if your joist does line up with this outer location. So now all these blocks are just tacked in with a single nail in the middle, and now I'll come back through with my structural screws and add 2 to each end. This is what we're using. You'll want to use something similar to this. It's about 3 inches long and it is outdoor rated. Our next step will be to start bolting the hardware on. So I have an outside corner pair here I'm going to start with. Now that I got the brackets in the proper position, I'll use them as a template to drill out the 2x6. And I'll be using a 1/2-inch drill bit. You want to make sure your drill bit is nice and straight so that when you come through the other side, it goes through the inner bracket as well. As soon as you get the first hole drilled, I recommend putting a bolt in and tightening it down. That'll keep the bracket from shifting around as you drill the other holes. Then we'll stick the washer and nut on the inside. Tightening the bolts down can go super fast with an impact driver. They take a 3/4 inch or a 19mm socket. Now that this bolt is tight, I can take this clamp off. And the next bolt I'll do is on the far corner of the bracket. Now that we have all 4 corner brackets installed, our next step is to attach the angle brackets that hold the joist to the rim joist at the end here. That's one connection done. Now I'll do the same to the rest of these and the other end of the dock. Now I have all the L brackets installed on both ends of the dock. And keep in mind on this step, if you're going to have another dock section connect with a hinge, then those hinges may end up sharing some of the bolts from those brackets depending on your layout. Our next step will be to attach these same L brackets between our cross members and our joists. These get installed the exact same way. Once you have all the main hardware installed, the next step is to install any accessory hardware. We have hinges we mounted to the front here at the correct width to line up with our walkway. We're also going to be bolting these piling guides onto each corner where we can drive a steel tube down and into the ground to hold our dock in place. We'll also be adding some 2x6 blocking for some of the other accessories, including a ladder we'll be bolting on, and we have these brackets to build a little bench that'll come around this corner of the dock. So if you have any other accessories like that, you want to make sure that there's the proper blocking inside before you put the decking on. We're going to have an aluminum ladder at this end of the dock, so we're going to add some blocking for that to get bolted in later as well. Now I have blocking so that I can center my ladder on the end of the dock and they line up with the 4 mounting holes in the ladder. Now that all the hardware and blocking that we're going to need is finished, we're ready to actually bolt the floats to the bottom of the dock. With the float in the proper position, we'll take the washer with the curved side facing the float and we'll place it in its spot there. Then the lad we'll make sure is centered on the 2x6. That's nice and tight. Now I'll make sure it didn't move and I'll go around and put the other 4 in as well. You can see the blocking we added earlier is in the right spot for this bolt to be able to hold this corner of the float. So now we have 1, 2, 3, 4 connection points here. Your kit will come with plugs that need to be installed in the top of each float before the decking goes down. You'll want to apply a little bit of silicone or thread sealant to each before you put them in. The vent plugs are there to allow the float to regulate their pressure based on the temperature. So if you're assembling your dock out in the sun, it's especially important that you wait to install these plugs until just before you launch your dock in the water. All the floats are now bolted in and we're ready to start installing the decking. For this dock, we'll be installing Trex composite decking, and I ordered 16-foot long boards that I'll cut in half to 8 feet and then I'll run across the width of my dock. To avoid carrying the material around many times, being able to cut them all in place is really nice. Now I can just carry them directly onto the dock and start installing them. We're going to start down at this end of the dock where the hinge connects it to the walkway. Now these hinges will space the frame of your walkway and your dock about 3 inches apart. So it's ideal to hang your deck boards over 1 inch on both the walkway and the dock. That reduces the space down to a 1-inch gap, which is small enough that things don't fall through easily, but also big enough that it doesn't create a pinch point. I got my first board hung 1 inch out over the front, and then it's hanging a little bit extra over on both ends that'll get cut off later. Now you could pre-cut your boards to the same length and line them all up if you'd like, but I found it's a little bit easier to snap a line and get a really straight cut at the very end. You want to make sure your first board is nice and straight because the rest of your boards are going to get pushed up to it. And if you start out with a curved board, you're going to have that issue the entire way down. We're using grooved composite deck boards with hidden fasteners for the rest of the way down the dock, but this first board isn't grooved on the end. So I'll be marking and drilling a small hole for the clip to end up going into. But if you just have wood deck boards with face screws, you won't have to worry about this. So I'm just going to continue down the line just like this till we get to the other end of the dock. Now that I got all the boards screwed down, I'm going to snap a line down each side and we'll cut it nice and straight with the skill saw. Looking good. I just bolted the bench brackets on, and we'll put the same decking material on them as well. We'll put some cardboard down to protect our decking, and then we're going to assemble our next sections directly on top of this. We'll start with the 4 foot by 12 foot long walkway. So I'll measure my float first, and it comes out to 47¼ inches wide. So that's the full width outside to outside of the frame that I'll be building. I'll cut all of our lumber first, just like we did before, then we'll start assembling it on top of the other dock. I temporarily connected the 8 foot section to the 12 foot with the pins there so that it can hold it in place while I install all the decking across. I'll be screwing the same Trex decking we did for the deck on our bench as well. Looks great. That's it. Our platform and walkways are completely finished and we're ready to strap it to the trailer and go take it out to the lake. We're here at the lake where we're going to install the dock. And to attach it to the shore, we'll dig 2 large holes and set some 6x6 treated posts down in the ground. Then the hinges of the walkway will get attached right to those posts and that'll keep it held secure to the shore. We're back and the concrete's now hardened. And we're gonna drill our holes and attach the hinges to the posts here. We got our brackets bolted on tight. Now we're ready to go get the dock, bring it on over and get it pinned in. We're gonna hold this dock in place with some piling guides and some long tubes here. You can use regular Schedule 40 galvanized steel pipe, or you can go to a chain link supplier and get galvanized pipe in different lengths, depending on your depth. We have nice soil that we'll be able to drive these down into. So I'm gonna measure the distance to the water and make sure it's the same on both. The final detail by the shore here could be finished in different ways. We chose to put a 4x6 between our two 6x6 posts and then fur it out past the bolts. And now we're gonna put a couple of the deck boards that match our decking here on top of that. So it all has a nice seamless transition. Well, that completes the full install, and I hope you guys enjoyed the video. You can go to dockshop.com to get your own kit. See you next time. Need help planning your project? The Dock Shop can help you create a custom dock design tailored to your waterfront goals and budget. Whether you're building a small swimming platform or a full-scale marina, the Dock Shop has dock experts ready to guide you through every step of the process. Reach out today to build your dream dock.